issues that land in the Oval Office are always difficult. Otherwise, they wouldn't be there. What I so admire about President Biden is he has one central question in mind as he's making decisions, and that is what is best for the American people? What's best for working class Americans? What's best for a family gathered around the dinner table? That's what guides his decision making. So he'll pressure test the various options on a policy as to what will have the best impact on the American people. And then once he makes his decision, consistent with that standard of what's best for the American people, he pushes the team to communicate in a way, plain English to use the president's term, that the American people can actually understand and appreciate the policy decision that the president has made.
On the very first day of the administration, he signed an executive order that meant that every single thing that we did, we would make sure that the hopes and dreams of every single community, rural, suburban, and urban, every community, people who've been here since the very beginning of this country, the indigenous people of this land, and every other community would have a real opportunity of making this idea of the American dream real for them. He decided that he was going to do job number one the president should do, which is bringing this country together to save lives. He got shots in arms, and he ended the pandemic. And then he focused on saving livelihoods, making sure that the American economic experiment that's been so important to each and every one of us would become real. But he did it through the equity lens and made sure that businesses that have been underserved or overlooked throughout this country got services first. He worked with mayors and local officials who understood they were proximate to the challenges on the ground, made sure they had resources, historic investments in the 21st century infrastructure, making sure that broadband was not only available, but also accessible and affordable throughout this country, cutting student loan debts, changing lives fundamentally. And some people don't really understand what that's meant to so many families that want to invest in home ownership, want to invest in their children's future, in their children's education. This president in 4 years has dramatically and fundamentally, structurally changed this country. Where you can really just sense his deep humanity in the way in which his personal experiences has shaped the way in which he decides that he's going to demand that we treat other people. I'm thankful for Joe Biden, the leader, but I love Joe Biden, the human.